In this video, I will test this easy 1-minute scalping strategy shared by Clean Trading to see if it actually has 97% win rate after 100 trades. For my backtesting, I will set my initial account size at $1,000 with 1 to 1.5 risk-reward ratio. Okay, we're currently looking at the price of BTC USDT on a 1-minute time frame, and this strategy includes 2 free TradingView indicators. For the first indicator, let's search for Alpha Trend. This indicator by Keyvance Olsbilgic. And for the second indicator, let's add CM Super Guppy. The person who shared this strategy said that we should not change any settings on these indicators. However, I do believe we need to make some slight adjustments to make the chart look cleaner. So we're going to double click on the Alpha Trend and get rid of everything except of these buy and sell labels. Okay, so the chart definitely looks much better. Before we get into the trading rules, let's actually understand what these indicators are and how they work. So first of all, let's start with this Alpha Trend. And by the way, this is going to be our first confirmation indicator. Based on its signals, we're going to place buy and sell orders if the rest of our conditions are met. This indicator is something similar to Super Trend. However, it does issue more accurate buy and sell signals during trending market conditions. This indicator also consists of 2 lines we got rid of because for this particular strategy, we're not going to use them. Those lines can basically act as a support and resistance. The second confirmation indicator we're going to be using is this CM Super Guppy, and this is a changed version of CM Guppy EMA by Chris Moody. This indicator will help us identify the overall trend direction. The general rules are simple. If all of the lines are colored in red and orange, this is a strong signal that we are in a downtrend. And if all of the lines are colored in green and blue, this is a strong signal of an uptrend. When the trend changes, the indicator will usually change its color to gray. This is the time when we are in a consolidation state, and this is also the time when we don't want to be entering the market. Okay, now let's actually understand the rules for this strategy. But before we get into that, we need to add another indicator to our chart to stay consistent with our money management. And that indicator is called Average True Range. Based on this indicator, we're going to be determining the stop losses for each and every single trade. Okay, so for a long position to be valid, we need to have a new buy label printed below the price, and the CM Super Guppy moving averages have to be colored in green and blue. And once we have these 2 conditions met, we're going to go ahead and place a buy order at the close of our trigger candlestick. Our stop loss will be set at 2 times the value of the ATR. We see the current value on the right hand side is 7.23, so our stop loss will roughly be set at 14.5. And we're going to be targeting 1.5 times the risk. Exactly opposite is true for short signals. First, we need to have a new sell label printed above the price. Second, the CM Super Guppy moving averages have to be colored in red and orange. And if these 2 conditions are met, we can safely enter a short position. Our stop loss will be set at the distance of 2 values of the ATR. We see the current value is 11.4, so that's roughly 23 pips away. And our take profit target will be set at 1.5 times the risk. This ATR indicator is a really great tool because with its help we know exactly where to place our stop losses. For example, if we set our stop loss at the recent swing high, we would have got stopped out. So by setting your stop loss at 2 times the ATR, you give the price action just enough room to breathe. If we take a closer look, we see that this strategy is doing a good job at eliminating bad signals. However, it does eliminate good signals as well. We see that this buy signal would have definitely been a winning trade. This sell signal could have also resulted in a win. And this buy signal there as well also could have been a successful trade. So by eliminating these good signals, we're literally leaving the money on the table. And this is not really good because even though we are aiming to find a strategy that would eliminate as many losses as possible, we still need to have some winning trades to actually make some money. So in the second part of this video, I will try to improve this strategy by replacing one of these 2 indicators. So let's actually do our first backtesting and see if this strategy has a 97% win rate. Alright, so the backtesting is finished and here are the results. So the win rate percentage is not even half of whatever was promised by the creator of the strategy, and after 100 trades we increased our account size by only 7.22%. And considering the fact that I found those 100 setups within 3 weeks, these gains are pretty average. And if we take into account the spreads and fees, this number right here could actually be negative. The equity curve looks absolutely terrible. At the beginning the strategy was actually generating some good profits, but then the market started moving sideways and we lost everything. The profit factor is 1.09 and we had 4 wins in a row against 11 losses in a row. So overall I think the strategy is pretty bad, and yeah, let's actually try to improve it. And for that I decided to get rid of this alpha trend indicator and add 2 other indicators to our chart. For the first indicator we will search for half trend. And for the second indicator, let's add HVI, highest volume index by Paratica. Now we need to make some adjustments to this half trend indicator. And let's also make this HVI indicator a bit more visible. Alright, so the strategy is ready and now let's get into the trading rules. Okay, so these are the rules for entering a short trade. First, the half trend indicator has to print a new red triangle above the price. The CM Super Guppy have to be colored in red and orange, and this green line of this HVI indicator has to be above the 100 level. And if these 3 conditions are met, we can place a sell order at the close of our trigger candlestick. Our stop loss will be set at 2 times the ATR. The take profit targets will also stay the same. For a long position to be valid, the half trend indicator has to print a new blue triangle below the price. The CM Super Guppy have to be colored in green and blue. And just like with the short trades, the HVI have to be above the 100 level. And if these rules are met, we can safely place a buy order. And the reason I added this volume indicator to the chart is to eliminate signals like this when there is no volatility in the market going on. This half trend indicator is also doing a pretty good job at identifying the best trade entries. Obviously you will get less trade entries because you have 3 conditions to be met instead of 2. Another thing I'd like to mention, that if the strategy issued a new signal to buy but the volume is not quite there yet, you do not wait for it to catch up, as this might result in a losing trade. Obviously this is just an example, you can add a different confirmation or a different volume indicator to the chart. By the way, if you don't know what indicators to use, check out my videos about the best TradingView indicators. I'm gonna leave a link to it in the description below. Okay, I hope you have understood the rules for this strategy, so let's do our second backtesting and see if the results are any better. Okay, so the second strategy is definitely looking better. The win rate is 63% and we increased our account size by 204.87%. The equity curve has no serious drawdowns at all. The profit factor is 2.55 and we had 7 consecutive wins against 3 consecutive losses. And by the way, it took me a bit longer to find those 100 setups. I found them within 1 month. So go ahead and backtest this strategy on different markets and different time frames. You can even tweak the settings on those indicators to make the strategy work even better. Okay traders, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.